Hello, everyone.
Welcome. I hope you enjoy our outfits.
I know. I mean, they're not that bad, but this morning we woke up and we knew we were going to film today. We put on nice outfits.
I was like, give me the button up.
Yeah.
Give me the nice pants.
Yep.
I had grand intentions to look devilishly handsome.
Yes.
For all of you.
Yes, and I beautiful.
And you're always beautiful.
Thanks.
Then the day began. It began to rain.
Mm-hmm. It's 50 here.
We remembered that it's day 1,000 of a pandemic. And slowly,
piece by piece,
the nice clothes began to come off.
Mm-hmm.
I removed my button up.
Mm-hmm.
Just felt too rigid, you know?
I got cold, put on my sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, took off my jeans, put on my leggings.
At one point, we were both completely naked.
Nope.
Anyway, these are comfy outfits.
Yeah.
Let's do our video in a comfy mood, like Chloe's settling in over there.
I know. Oh, you can see her a little bit. She's going to join us. Hi, Chloe.
Today, we're going to be doing a video about road trip memories.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. We have a lot of road trip memories. We've picked out, like, what, 4?
Some of the most embarrassing,
best.
ridiculous,
dangerous,
love-filled.
Yep.
It's going to be an emotional ride.
All right, Shane.
Let's do it. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It's time to talk about our lives.
Nope.
We're making this video in conjunction with the sponsor, Brawnability. As you guys know, for the last year or so, we've been driving a Brawnability wheelchair-accessible vehicle that we love.
Yeah.
It's been the source of many of the road trips that we're going to talk about today. Not the source, the vehicle utilized.
The vehicle utilized, yeah.
Brawnability makes a variety of awesome wheelchair-accessible vehicles, and this is a bit of a teaser, but they are going to be setting us up with a brand new type of wheelchair-accessible vehicle in the coming months.
Yep.
And we are so excited for you to see it.
Yeah. We think it's really important that there are lots of kinds of wheelchair-accessible vehicles available. And Brawnability is really great for that.
Yeah.
We're really excited for you guys to see the new car.
Yes.
It's very cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully, even though it's not really safe to do road trips right now, someday we'll be making many more memories in our brand new Brawnability vehicle.
Well, we can do a road trip. We just can't get out of the car, Shane.
Drive around for hours and hours.
Yeah.
All right, so let's reminisce because we've been doing that a lot while we're not really going on road trips right now. I think we should both start with our favorite road trip memory.
Okay.
And I have mine in the top of my mind.
Okay.
And I bet that you can't guess it, Hannah.
What the heck?
It involves you being in peril. That's all my favorite memories
Me being in peril?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the bumblebee?
Yes, Shane, I remember the bumblebee. This was a long time ago. You held on to that.
It was a precious moment.
It was so many years ago that I thought it was done. I thought I would never hear of it again. What was this, 4 years ago?
I think so. We were on a road trip. We were down in like Louisiana, and we gotten off the highway. Whenever we take road trips, we try to not stay on the highway the whole way, if possible, just because you see so much more on the small back roads. So we were on a small, winding back road in the swamps of Louisiana. Windows open, carrying on, singing, having a wonderful time. Hannah's hair is blowing beautifully in the wind. She looks like a model. And then, all of a sudden, I hear her begin to scream, like blood-curdling screams.
And I, oh my God, this is, okay. One thing that's important to note is that the car was on cruise control, okay, everybody? The road was not that windy. It was relatively straight, and therefore, I was on cruise control, okay? Important, because the next thing I had to do was
what did you feel?
Push my feet. I'm just gonna tell them what you saw. Shane's sitting there, I'm screaming, and all of a sudden, I am standing up in the car, right?
Why were you standing?
I was standing because a bee, big giant bee, had flown in the window and landed in my lap. And then out of fear from me screaming, started to tunnel between my legs to underneath me.
Trying to reach safety.
Somewhere
inside of your
the
pants.
poor bee, it didn't harm me, thankfully. He was just scared, but I had to stand up and I was trying to get
shrieking and standing. And I'm like, what's happening? She said, there's a bee. And she's trying to hover to not sit down and like
squish it and get stung on the butt.
We pulled over. Hannah began rescuing the bee. Like, it was no longer about her safety. It was about this bee needs to be rescued. So Hannah got like a cup and paper and like got it and released it back into the wild. Thankfully, it was a back road and we were not having this experience on like a highway.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, it was very scary. I was in peril. That's true.
I'm glad that you survived.
Me too.
Now we never drive with the windows open anymore. Just kidding. Okay, so my favorite memory was you in peril. What was your favorite memory?
I feel like that was also you in peril, Shane.
Well, it could have been.
As passenger in the vehicle, okay? Anyway, my favorite memory, I think going to get Chloe last year.
Oh, yeah.
And then bringing her home. We drove.
I forgot that was a road trip.
Yeah, it was like 12 hours
to
Michigan. The excitement on the way there.
And like the nervousness.
Yeah.
You know, like getting a dog is a huge commitment. It felt a little bit like, you know, on the way to like have a child.
Yeah,
like,
it really did. I mean,
what if she doesn't like us?
Well, that was the thing. And she's like a fully formed dog. It wasn't like we were picking up a puppy who's just like, you know, you kind of know what you're getting with the puppy, at least in that moment before they grow up. But Chloe was like an adult dog. And so we were like, she easily could just not like us. Like, what if she doesn't want to get in the car? Oh, it was so stressful. But
so we drove 12 hours to pick up Chloe.
Luckily, Chloe loved us right away.
Yeah.
She was so cute jumping in the car. So that was all fine.
She was ready to go.
Yeah, she was like, I'm going. And she was a little angel sleeping the whole time on the way back.
One of the first things that we learned about Chloe is that she loves car rides. So that was very helpful. We didn't know if we would make it the 12 hours home with her you know, behavior, but she was like, drive all day, I don't care.
She loves the car and still does. So yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorites was, I think, on like my second ever visit to you. We took a mini road trip, just like an hour and a half to New Jersey from Shane's parents' house to visit my friend at college.
Yes.
And so we're driving there, and my
You're
friend
gonna be swimming.
Yeah, my friend was like house sitting, and the house she had a pool. So we were like, great, we're gonna come over and swim.
It was like that was the plan for the day, was swim all day.
Yep. And we get in the car. You know, I was just meeting Shane, right? Just getting to know him. And I was learning very quickly that Shane is very meticulous.
Detail-oriented.
Detail-oriented. The entire morning, Shane is, you know, he's like preparing for this trip, right? So we have like a bag and a list. A packed lunch. You know, we have everything we could possibly need. So we get in the car. Suntan lotion.
Extra batteries. Yeah. No idea why.
So we get in the car, we're driving there, and Shane,
this is like an hour or two in.
An hour in, is running through the list. He's like, just say check if you have it. So he's like, wallet. I'm like, check. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Shane gets to swimsuits. And I'm like,
you're like, I have mine on.
I'm wearing mine. I didn't pack you a swimsuit.
I looked down. I'm not wearing a swimsuit.
And we realized when we were almost there that we had not packed Shane a swimsuit.
The most essential item.
Yeah.
So now I'm meeting Hannah's childhood best friend. Big moment, you know, the big introduction. And I now have to be like, hey, do you mind if I swim in your pool in only my boxers? It's going to be a little bit weird. They're really tight. I didn't bring my bathing suit. It was fine. It ended up being fine.
It was totally fine. You did swim in your boxers. It was fine.
No one said anything.
No, but your checklist failed you with all the preparation and all the double checking. You never thought about a swimsuit.
Didn't bring my swimsuit.
No.
But now we have that memory.
Yeah.
We always laugh about it.
We do. And all the neighbors that could definitely see.
Is that little boy swimming naked out there? Don't know why the people in Jersey have a southern accent.
Whenever you do anyone's voice, it's always a southern accent. You just love that. Another one of my favorite trips has been like a recurring one for the past few years. I think, 3 or 4? 4. We have gone to Shane's parents' house in Bethlehem, PA for New Year's.
Like for the holidays, yeah.
Yeah, well, we go for New Year's.
We tend to do both.
We tend to do Christmas here, and then
Yeah.
like the day after we drive there and do like a second Christmas and then spend New Year's there.
And that drive from Minneapolis to Pennsylvania is a long one.
We know it well by now, yeah.
Long and straight. But last year, we had a very interesting twist to the drive from Minneapolis to Pennsylvania.
Oh, we got stranded was part of it.
We drove through a freaking blizzard. Like a blizzard.
But, and I think we might have told this story. I'm not really sure, but that was when the car spun out on the highway in front of us and was like half a centimeter from hitting the front of our car. I cannot explain to you how close it was.
It was a close call.
Yeah.
And right away we were like, you know what?
We're done.
Our safety is more important.
Yeah.
So we got off and spent an unexpected extra night in a hotel.
It was in Ohio.
I think in Ohio. But so much of that trip was like white in the hole.
Yeah.
Like driving 5 miles an hour on the highway while it snows so heavily.
We normally stop for one night. I think we stopped for 2 or 3.
It was like a 3-day trip.
Yeah. So
it was like a race home. We wanted to be there by New Year's Eve to celebrate, and it was literally like having to call my parents and be like, "Hey, we might not make it. Like it's snowing like feet outside." So we did make it.
We did.
We got there on New Year's Eve. So we love making that trip, even when there's a blizzard. And this video cannot be complete without a memory about my bathroom function, as all good videos should have. For a long time, when we would do road trips, it was always kind of an issue that I really had no effective way to use the bathroom. Like, going to a rest stop is a lot more involved for me. So most of the time I'd be like, nah, I'll hold it. Just like, I'll do it when we get to the hotel. And that's not fun. Hannah would always be like, Shane, just go in the rest stop or something. Yeah. But anyway, we were on a road trip. I think we were in like... We were outside of a Denny's, is all I know. Was it a Denny's? It was in the middle of the country. Yeah. Kansas, maybe? Utah? Somewhere. I don't know what we were doing or why we were out there. I know. But we're in a Denny's. I just had a large iced tea after a whole day of not using the bathroom. And I was like, hey... Shane would hold it, but he wouldn't prepare to hold it, you know? He would get a soda from the rest stop and then be like, I really have to go. So I was like, I'm not going to make it. We had like 4 more hours until our hotel. I was like, we need to figure out what to do. So Hannah reclined the driver's seat. Why didn't we move the car? Shane, I remember we were right outside of the Denny's. Like, I have a photo of this. In the handicap spot. We were in the spot, and it was like the door to Denny's was like 6 feet away. There was no one there. There was no one there, but it's just like, I mean, there's people inside the restaurant. Like, why? Like, we didn't move the car. And with the doors open. We have your wheelchair sitting outside the car. Hannah lays me in the seat. I pick him out of his wheelchair. Yeah, it might have been the passenger seat. It was the passenger seat. Lays me on the passenger seat. And I do my business in my portable urinal. Such a simple solution. I don't know why we never thought of that before, but I was like, Hannah, do you realize this means we can now drive overnight? Non-stop, overnight. You could have slept in that seat. It was so comfy. It really was. I should travel that way. I know. From now on. Oh, well, it's not safe. Maybe not the safest. But it did, it worked really well, and I was then comfortable for the rest of the drive. Yep. So yeah, those are all really good memories. We want to thank Bronability for the cars that allow us to make these memories and do these kinds of trips. For us and for lots of other people with disabilities. So what we would love for all of you to know about is this awesome thing that Bronability does called the Driving Force, which is this group of people who have mobility disabilities and their loved ones who are all working towards more inclusion and access for people with disabilities. We're going to put the info below. I highly recommend that you check it out. Follow them on Instagram, on Facebook. We'll put all that below. But they're doing some really cool stuff. And if you or a loved one is affected by a mobility disability, you would definitely benefit from looking at what they do.
Yep, and joining.
Yeah.
We don't know when our next road trip will be, so until then, we will just keep reminiscing, thinking of old memories.
Oh, yeah.
Let us know what your favorite road trip memories are.
Oh, Hannah, great idea.
Yeah.
Share your most ridiculous memories. That would be awesome.
I didn't say most ridiculous, but
well, I feel like road
you
trip
can
memories,
share your most ridiculous for Shane's benefit.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.